Rev up your engines. Okay, what do we have today? The last of the great V8s as far as I'm concerned. It's a 2021 Tundra. The guy bought used. And if you ask me, he made a smart decision. The last V8 Toyota truck. All right? And that is a big deal. 0.7 liter V8. They've been making these things since 2007. And as the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Toyota's rolling these things out. I've seen them with 1 million miles on them, right? And what's GM, Ford, Stellantis, Dodge, whatever you want to call them, doing? They're making complex engines. GM's got ones burning oil, putting horrible 10-speed transmissions that break on them, right? This thing is bulletproof. The engine can run forever, and the transmission is a 6-speed transmission. Reliable. They last a really long time. And for a vehicle with this much horsepower, they're 80 miles an hour from New York, and you got 17.4 miles a gallon. Now, the reason I say it's the last of the great V8s, because it is for Toyota. After this year, they put in those twin-turbo V6s. They got to replace 100,000 engines. You got too much pressure in a smaller engine. Take this engine. We'll take the beauty cover off, and what do you see? It is a nice V8 engine, and it's not turbocharged. It doesn't have all the high pressure. It can run a really long time, have tons of power, can pull. This particular one is 4-wheel drive system, so it's got no problem with that. It's used to pull boats and stuff with. No problem whatsoever. You could probably pull your house with it if you wanted to. Now, ratings are ratings, but hey, my grandson's got one with the same engine. It's got close to 300,000 miles. One time the thing towed 30,000 pounds of pig iron on a trailer. Now the trailer was sinking and the tires were going flat, but it went from point A to point B. They're brute force engines. That's what you want with a big pickup truck, right? You want a small pickup truck? Okay, you can play games with that too, but putting a twin turbo V6 in this, the gas mileage that my customers get that have them are maybe 1 mile a gallon better than this thing on the highway. And they got to replace 100,000 engines. So really, you can't find them like this anymore. He found a used one and he snapped it up. He loved the color. He looked all around to find one. You see it's in excellent shape. He talked him into putting new tires on it when he bought it. And check it out, real steel chromed bumpers. We don't need no cheap plastic, right? This thing is solid made. It's not all plastic. It's got a lot of metal. Came with the fancy wheels, because it's the TRD. No, he had to pay $45.50 for it, but hey, this thing might outlast him. Yeah. Plus, he's in New York, and he's not even going to take it out on days they have salt on the road. He's got an old Honda that he drives around that is his work vehicle, and this is his baby, right? So, even more reason that this thing could last forever for him. Now, as we look inside, the previous owner put in these beautiful cat skins. I mean, look at them. So his deal is actually looking better and better because it came with all the stuff that he didn't have to add on. The previous owner did. I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. Comfortable too. And of course there's tons of room. Now he's a chef, so this isn't a work truck where he's going to construction sites and carrying bags of concrete, so he doesn't care that it's a short bed. That's whatever he wants. You know, if you're going to get a serious one, you wouldn't get this design. You get the full bed so you could do more work. I mean, they're both going to pull the same, but you can hold a lot more. But he doesn't care. This is perfectly fine for what he's doing. This baby's barely broken in. It's only got 52,950. And it's got a nice screen on here. This particular one was added in by the original owner. Like I said, you buy something used, you can get a lot of cool stuff for free. I really love these seats though. Those are nice. Now considering that he got 17.4 miles a gallon driving here 80 miles an hour from New York, I gotta say it's probably in really good shape, but he wanted me to go through, check the transmission and everything, so we're gonna do a full scan of the thing. So we'll do diagnostics, auto VIN, it already detected it. A Tundra US 2021. and it's talking to us. They're always talking to you, these computers. Waiting to set up, you can see it's got air conditioning, heated seats. You can do manual shifting if you want. Most people don't bother, but you can if you want. So we'll do a full fault scan, and while it's doing its thing, we'll look around. Everything's in excellent shape, and I love it. It doesn't have a sunroof. I think they're stupid. Now, it's got some codes, but this was bought used, and I'm sure a lot of them don't mean anything. For instance, the engine in ECT is a startability fault. That often happens when either the battery gets low or somebody doesn't start it. So I'm assuming the battery was low, so forget that one. Again, low or high power voltage to the ABS, lost communication. So the codes that it does have are communications. So I'm assuming somebody took the battery out or whatever, replaced the battery, and it had low voltage, so it trips all these communication faults. So we're gonna turn it off, then we have the idiot lights on, and we will erase the codes because most of them were probably because it had low voltage. Then we'll drive it around, see if any of the codes come back. I predict they won't come back. Yeah, see, the thing, you buy a used vehicle, you never know what the previous history was. Somebody could have had a weak battery, a loose connection, and when they put it back in, a new battery or fix the loose connection, guess what? They don't reset the computer and all these codes stay. So they all erase, so now we'll start it back up again. And we will look at data. Okay, we shall go to live data. Remember, black is good, red is bad. Mass airflow sensors, stable. Everything's black, everything's looking good like it should. Battery voltage is fine now, it's charging fine. Short-term fuel trim, look, it's almost perfect. It's 0.781, 1.5. It moves around because it's cold outside. And the other bank is the same thing. 0 again, just about perfect. Long-term fuel trim, 0. Short-term bank 2, 0. It's warmed up now and you can see the fuel trim is 0. It was warming up, it's cold outside. Now you can see this short-term fuel trim, long-term fuel trim, 1 sensor, 2 sensor, they're all 0. That's perfect. Exhaust flow is good, even gives you the power steering pressure. You see all the data is black, none of it's bad. We just kind of whip through it. Variable valve timing's normal. No misfires, of course. And the transmission data, that's all normal too. The temperature's good. Even shows you the degradation estimate of the transmission fluid when it's time to change it. And as I said, it's an electronically controlled 6-speed automatic transmission. You can see it's got a really nice backup camera, nice and wide. But that's what these V8s are about. This thing is as smooth as can be. Here we go, and I like it. Check down here. It's got an actual emergency brake with a cable, not that electronic crap. I like it. Like I say, this is the last of the great V8 pickup trucks. It doesn't have all that computer crap on them. You can't buy the V8 anymore. So, hey, a truck like this could last basically forever. I mean, who's complaining about 17.4 miles a gallon, 80 miles an hour coming here? Really? Yeah, it's a truck. Here we go. Give it some gas. Wahoo! That's why people buy these babies. Man, they got acceleration. That rumble of the V8, listen to it. Nothing sounds like a V8. And these V8s can run basically forever. You don't need a turbocharger. You don't need all that pressure. You don't need a 10-speed automatic. This 6-speed automatic performs flawlessly. People got a little bit carried away with technology there. Especially the Ford GM 10-speed trannies. You need to pass somebody, you step on the gas. Away it goes. And really, for a 4-wheel drive truck, it's relatively quiet. You don't hear too many bearings whirring around, transfer cases. It's a lot quieter than any of the Rams or Fords especially. Their 4-wheel drive systems are pretty noisy. But it handles perfectly fine. It's a big pickup truck, high up in the air. It's got no problem twirling around though. You feel totally safe in this vehicle. This definitely would be a zombie apocalypse truck to have. As long as you can get your hand on gasoline. None of the codes have come back, so all those codes came on because the battery either was replaced because it was low or there was a loose terminal. None of those codes came back. Whenever you get a whole bunch of communication codes, that's almost always what does it. There it is, the last of the great trucks. Proven technology. Don't get into technology that isn't proven, like electric vehicles. This is simpler. It's going to last. There's less pressure in it. And yeah, it's a gas hog. All big trucks are gas hogs, people. You think F-150 Lightning. Now, it's not a gas hog. It's an electric hog because they use a ton of energy too. They're big, they're heavy with heavy batteries. You're going to use a ton of energy with a big truck. So if you're going to do that, you might as well get one like this that might go for 1,000,000 miles versus GM garbage, Stellantis garbage, Ford garbage that it can run a while, but you'll never get the mileage you're going to get on one of these things. Simplicity of a 6-speed automatic. A V8 engine that can just keep going and going and doesn't need all these modern electronic tricks to make it work that are going to break, because all that plastic crap will break as it gets older. So, hey, last of the great V8s, my advice is get one before there's no used ones left, because you can't buy a new one anymore. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.